Yes, hi everyone. Welcome to our today's session. Today we are going to talk about Windows command lines, especially for system administrators. So it's a very easy lesson. So if it's your first time, my name is Isa Ngoi. I am a Microsoft, Cisco, IBM instructor. I'm also a lecturer in different universities. And for our trainings, we do have students around the world. So what you need to do in order to join our trainings, you need to look at my email below and my WhatsApp number, right? You just contact me on WhatsApp or via email. So today we are going to talk about Windows. But Windows, we are going to talk about the command line. Remember, guys, Windows is an operating system. It's a computer program that allows you to do what? To use a computer very well, right? Remember, when you have a computer, you only have mouse, keyboard, monitor. Those are the physical components. How to talk to those physical components, the easiest way, how to make them also talk, right? You need a computer program that we call an operating system. And that operating system that we're talking about today, it's Windows, right? So Windows allows you to talk to your computer. Windows allows you to manage your computer, to manage all the applications, to manage all software, to manage all hardware. So it's not by magic that when you click on the keyboard, you can see something on the screen. So it's very easy because there is a computer program called an operating system that allows you to combine all those components in order for them to work together. And you as a user, you can also interact with them the easiest way possible, right? So this is what we are going to be doing today. But guys, there are two ways of using a computer. You can use a computer using images. You can see windows. You can see where to click. So you can use the computer by clicking, right? This is what we call a graphical user interface. But you as an expert, you as IT professional, you can use a computer by typing code, by typing text. This is what we call the command lines. So you can use a computer by typing text. So command lines means we are typing text. We are communicating with our computer using text, right? But graphical user interface, we are communicating by clicking. Now, this particular training, those videos are related to system administration, how to manage enterprise networks, how to manage servers, what to do you as an expert when it comes to managing computers, managing servers, troubleshooting. You need to master command lines. So what I'm gonna do first, guys, so I'll show you. First, let me share my screen. So, okay, guys, uh, let me show you where we are. I'm looking for the document. Okay, we are here. So we are talking about Windows, right? So Windows is an operating system made by Microsoft. This is the main software that runs on many computers. So most of the computers in the world uses a computer program or a software or an operating system called Windows. As I said, Windows is the brain of the computer. So Windows will give you what we call home screen, like a desktop, and Windows will allow you to manage apps, play games, and use the internet and so on. And you use Windows by using Windows, you clicking and drag by using a mouse, and Windows will manage your hardware, mouse, and keyboard, right? Now, we're talking about a command line. The Windows command line, you can also call it CMD, is a text-based interface that allows users to interact with the Windows operating system by typing command instead of clicking on icons. There are two main command line tools in Windows. Command prompt, this is very old for basic system operations, and there is what we call PowerShell, a more powerful scripting environment for automation and advanced tasks. So guys, we are talking about command lines, right? This is how you interact with your computer using text, right? So it's a text-based. We call it also CMD, right? Now, we do have two types of CMD, two types of command lines. You as IT professional, you need to understand that. We do have two types of command lines. So there are two ways I can interact with my computer using text, right? The first one is what we call the CMD by itself. You can see here, right? So with the CMD, oh, my screen don't share. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, okay, but I will share. Yeah. There is what we call CMD, and there is what we call PowerShell, right? CMD is very old, right? You can only do basic tasks, but what PowerShell is a more powerful versions, right? So what I said, two versions. So when we're talking about command lines, they're interacting with a computer using command line, we do have two versions. There is the command line itself, CMD. This is very old. You can only do basic tasks. And we do have what we call PowerShell. So PowerShell will allow you to do what? To do what we call scripting and automation, right? So PowerShell is more advanced than CMD, than command line. But today we are going only to do, or for this particular training, it's always about Windows command lines. So we are going first to do the CMD, and after the CMD, we will be moving to PowerShell. But remember, PowerShell is for what? For scripting and automation. Scripting basically it's like a file that allows you to solve repetitive tasks. So you have a file, you put your command inside a file, that file will allow you to do repetitive tasks. Suppose like by 7 p.m. you already switch off like computers, routers, and switches. You can create some of the comment, you put it in a file. That file we call it script. That will allow you when you run it to switch off all the computers, to switch off all the routers, switches, and so on. Right? So this is what we are going to be doing, guys. And remember, guys, this is very, very important. Your skills as a network engineer, system administrator will be measured on how you know about command lines, right? So for you to become good when it comes to maintenance, to troubleshooting, or understanding like IT in general, you need these concepts. Let me share again my screen here. So guys, we are here. Now, let's see the difference, guys. As I said, we do have two ways of using the computer. You can use the graphical user interface, the GUI, or you can use the command lines, right? Now, let's see some of the difference. When you are using a graphical user interface, when you are communicating with your computer by clicking, this is very easy. So it's easy, especially for beginners, right? But command line, you need to learn the command. When it comes to speed, it's very slow, the graphical user interface. So when it comes to use a computer by clicking, it's very slow. But when it comes to CMD, it's very fast, and you can write so many commands and run them at once, right? So, and when it comes to repetitive tasks, it's very difficult to automate tasks. But when it comes to the command line, it's very easy, especially by using PowerShell, right? And when it comes to resources, When you use your computer by clicking, by using the graphical user interface, you are consuming more resources, right? Like in terms of memory, like in terms of CPU and so on, right? So when you are using a computer using graphics, you are consuming resources. But when you're using a computer using CMD, you don't use much resources. And when it comes to remote management, remember guys, you can access your computer, your servers from distance. When it comes to graphical user interface, you are very limited by doing some of the actions, but CMD will come with more tools, more features. And for access level, when it comes to configurations, some of the things are hidden, right? So you cannot do some of the things when it comes to configurations for graphical user interface, but for CMD, it's much better, right? So guys, those are the differences. When you want to use your computer using a graphical user interface, means by clicking your computer, you will use it very, very well. So it's very easy that way. But when you use your computer by using the command, it's a bit hectic because you need to learn about the command, number one. Number two, when you use your computer by clicking, it's very slow. So the reaction, the way your computer will respond, like maybe you click on one of the documents, the time of opening of that document will be a bit longer. But if you use the command lines, it's much faster. So even when you are transferring large files by using the command, it's faster than using the graphical user interface. So speed is one of the things. There is also what we call resources. When you use your graphical user interface, you are consuming resources, right? What does it mean? It means that for something to run, for a folder to open, you are using more memory, you are using more processors and so on. But when you are using, you want to run files, you want to create documents by using the command line, you don't really consume much resources, right? And there is also one aspect when it comes to configurations, right? When you go for command line, no, for graphical user interface for the GUI, there are some of the things you cannot do. You cannot configure some of the things. You are limited when it comes to configuration. But when you go for CMD, there is no limitations. You can do like any type of configurations, right? And there is also what we call remote management, accessing a computer from distance. When you wanna do some of the things by accessing remotely your computer, a graphical user interface, it's a bit limited, right? But when you go to CMD, you got more capabilities for remote management. And beside the remote management, the last one I can say here, okay, is also what? Automation, right? Remember, guys, when you are managing enterprises, when you are managing networks, you need to automate some of the tasks, guys, right? There are some of the things that you always do like every day, right? So you can try to write comment. Those comments will allow you to automate those particular tasks. Suppose like you always print one page every day. Right now, you can maybe always print one page around 10 p.m. Why not writing some set of instructions that allows you to do so? This is what we call a script. So you write those comments, you put it inside a file, that file we call it a script. It will allow you to automate tasks, right? And when you go for graphical user interface, automation becomes difficult. But with command line, automation becomes very fast and possible, right? And remember, you as system administrators, you need those concepts. You need automation. The world today is all about automation, right? So those are the things that you need to understand when it comes to differences. And I can also add security, right? A graphical user interface is not more secure. It's not really secure than CMD. The CMD is more secured. Consider graphical user interface like a house with a light. When I'm coming to your house, there is a light. I can see rooms. I can see where to go. Right? Remember, when you are clicking, you can see already. They will ask you my username is there. They will ask you a password. So it's much easier for me to get some of the details. But CMD is like a dark room, right? Remember, a dark room. You just come. The house is black, right? It's dark. So how to move inside? I have to know the command in order to move inside. So you use your computer, you cannot see where to go because this screen is black. So you have to type the command in order to move. So what you're gonna do now is how to run command lines. Guys, there are two ways. First one, okay, let me try to share. So what you need to do, you just type here CMD, you press enter, right? So this is the first way, but I don't like you to use it this way, right? You need to run your CMD as an administrator. So it means that you come here, you type CMD, don't open it like a normal user. You must open it as an administrator, because when you open it as an administrator, your computer will listen to you. Whatever you will do, your PC will be executing those actions. So you press there, right? So remember, when you are using CMD, you need to use it as an administrator, right? And from here, you must say yes, right? Yeah. So this is what we call command lines, right? Not PowerShell, right? This is the command line. So what you're gonna do, so if you wanna change, maybe you don't like the look, so you don't like what is here, maybe you want your text to appear in red, the background you want it red, you just come here on top, the title bar, you right click, you go to properties, so you can change the fonts. You just go to fonts, or you can make it medium, small, medium, like large. I can say maybe medium, right? You go again there, so you can change. Uh, you go to fonts, right? You can put your text maybe 28, and what else you can change and say, okay, you see, my text is becoming bigger. You go there again, you right click, you go to properties, the fonts here, you, you go to colors, you can change your screen background, right? Screen background, maybe you can put this one, you see, you can change it here, the screen background. You can change the screen text, see, you can change your screen text and so on, right? So this is how you can change the font, the color, or whatever that you like here, right? Now, what to do when you are like here, guys? The first comment, guys, I can give you maybe it's help. You can type help. Maybe you want to learn about some of the comments. You can just type help. Press enter. So help comment will allow you to provide comments and the meaning of those comments. You can see here, first column. Those are the comment, and this is what can you do with those comments, like a sock or a sock. Displays or modifiers, file, extension, associations, like a tree, displays or changes, file attributes, right? So you can type the comment help that allows you to get all the comments and what those comments can do. But you can also say this. Okay, let's say I want to learn more about this SOC, right? You can just come here, you type help, you say, learn about this, and you press enter. So first you type help, followed by what? By the comment. So you can see here, display or modify here's file extension associations, right? And here there are some of the details that they will be explaining to you. So if you don't know about a comment, this is what to do. Let me stop sharing first, guys. So guys, how to run a command line? You go to search, maybe to start, you type CMD, run it as an administrator. Why? Because you will learn more. Your computer can execute everything. Your computer can listen that you are the owner of the computer, right? You're the owner. This is the meaning of run it as an administrator, right? And when you run it as an administrator, the best command I gave to you is the help command that allows you to get help, right? So if you want to get help about all the comment, just type help, right? By typing help, you will see all the comment. First column, like all the comment, second column, the meaning. Okay, let's say now you want to learn a specific comment. You just type help space followed by the name of that comment, and you will get more about that particular comment. Now we're gonna move again, right? Okay. I wanna share my screen, but it's a problem. Yeah. Okay. We are now here. You can try to say hello to your computer just to create. Later on, I'll tell you how you can use it. Hello computer, you see, right? You see there, your computer is refusing. Why is it refusing? Because that word, right? So what you're gonna do, you must type is by starting by what? By echo following by your message. So you can just say echo Patrick, let's say, right? So your PC will respond Patrick. It was just an example. Okay, let's say now I want to get a list, like the content of this system32. So I want to know what is inside here, like inside system32. You must type it ls, right? I don't know why it's not recognizing. Okay, let's change. What I'm gonna do? Okay, let me do it maybe in order. Okay. Let's try to check this. When we done it, we can try to ask who am I, the username of my computer, right? You just type who am I. So this is the username of this particular computer, right? So sometimes you stuck, you don't wanna, you want to understand what is the username of this computer, you can just type who am I, right? Okay, where are we? We are here. Okay, let's see how to create a folder, right? For creating a folder, we're gonna type this command like mkdir my folder. So let's say I want to create a folder. So I can just type mkdir my folder. My folder, you press enter, right? This is how to create a folder. For me to check this folder, I can type dir, you press enter, right? So it's providing to me, yeah. So dir will provide the content of this system32, all the content inside system32, right? But remember, I did create all the lot of things here that are okay. I don't know. I don't want to go there. It's a lot. Okay, let me just go through the one that I've created. It's easy. My folder. Okay. Now let me check what is like inside this folder. So guys, this is how to create a folder, like mkdir, maybe folder 1, you press enter. You can create another one, folder 2. This is how to create folders, right? You can also check whatever that you created. You just come here, you go to this. So you only reading here, you must read here. We are C, like inside C, it's Windows. So inside Windows, it's System32. So and inside the System32, it's my folder. So it's here. We are here C. We are in Windows. You double click Windows. We are in my folder. Where is my folder here? Okay, let me see here. Here it's Windows and System32. Let's see System32. Where is it? Okay, System32 is here. So double click. Let's look for my folder with the M. You see, we are here. My folder, and when you double click, those are the two folders we created. Right? We created like folder 1 and we created folder number 2. But you see here, it takes time. But here we are moving fast, right? This is how to create a folder, guys. So if I want to check whatever that is inside this folder, so I can just type dir, right? So dir will tell me the date that this folder was created, the time. You can see here those two folders, right? So I can delete one. By deleting, you can say removing, like rmdir, the name of the folder 1. So this is how to delete like a folder. For me to check again, I can say dir. So dir is a comment for checking the content. You press enter. You can see it's only folder 2 left. I can also remove it. rmdir folder 2. This is how to delete. I can verify if it's still there. dir is not there, right? So I showed you guys how to create folders and how to delete those folders, right? Remember, for creating mkdir, my file, let's say my file 1, right? For checking, so if it has been created, dir, let's enter. You can see my file is there. To remove it, it's rmdir, my file 1. It has been removed, right? So now, guys, let's go here. How to go back out? How to go back? Like here. You see here? So I'm like under my folder. So let's say I wanna go to System32. What must I do? You must type cd dot dot. You can see cd dot dot allows me to go one step up. Like here. So if I wanna go to Windows, so I can just type cd dot dot again. Right? So if I want to go back again, cd dot dot. You understand? So this is how to go up. So if I want to check the content, I can just type dir, the content of C, whatever that is in C, you press enter. You can see that the date that those things have been created, those files and folders and application and so on, right? So if I want to go under users, so I can just type cd users, press enter, right? So if I want to check whatever that is like inside the users, cd dot dot, right? No, let's do it again, cd users, right? Now, how to check dir, right? You can see the stuff that is inside C, right? Like inside users, there is this one, there is this one. But if you come here, you go to C, you go to users, you can see them, they are here, right? So whatever you do here, you can check the other side, right? So, and when you wanna delete everything, guys, it's CLS, you're up. So if you wanna come out, you can exit, right? So guys, very easy. So I can repeat again, CMD, we go to administrator. So I can try to create like a folder, like mkdir, my file one, press enter. I can create another one. For me to check if those two has been created, I can say dir, press enter. Oh, but there are a lot of things. For you to stop this, you can press Control C, right? Okay, let's first, but if you go and check here, you will see them. That's because there are just a lot of things there. So what we're gonna do, let's do cd my f1. Now I'm in the site. For me to check dir, you can see there is nothing. This column shows like there is nothing, but I can create some of them. mkdir, f2, f3. I can create movies. I can create songs. For me to check dir, you can see them here. For me to remove them, like rm, dir, f2, out, f3 out. For me to check dir, you can see that they are no more there, right? Now, how to go one step up? cd dot dot, we are out. cd dot dot again, out. cd dot dot, out again, we are out, right? So guys, this is just an introduction to CMD for system administrators. Please watch the video, try to practice, because this is just for command lines, and I'm sure like before the end of your training, you will be qualified as a system administrators, network engineers, or IT expert. Thank you very much. See you next time.